much for joining us here on CNBC TV 18. Your Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, sir, has been a very vociferous critic of demonetisation. In fact, she had called the whole process a flop show. She had also asked for an investigation into demonetisation. The government's argument is, don't look at this exercise only from the prism of the notes that have been returned into the banking system. It's much wider than that.
Well, I think, first of all, let me submit that within half an hour of the announcement of demonetisation, as you correctly said, Mamata Banerjee responded intuitively, saying that this is going to be a major anti-people action, as she felt. Now, today, the Reserve Bank of India's data vindicates what she was saying. Question she's asking today, and I'm asking, is where is the black money? Question 2, could one even speculate that someone knew that the black money by some people would be successfully converted to white? In trying to pursue this, this is a question that's going to come up. Now, you may say some investigations here and there, but it's a very serious question. No black money was revealed. And in the process, some people may have converted their black money into white successfully. Now, the third question is, who are the ones who are most badly hurt? Informal sector, small and medium enterprises, agricultural sector, the youth, the relatively poor, the 10,000 crores that did not come back only. 99.35% has come back, but the 10,000 crores that didn't come back, basically homemaker women, the poor, the middle class, those who are legitimate entities of our society have been hurt. Aside from the massive informal sector which employs a large number of people, small and medium enterprises which employ perhaps the largest portion of people, agriculture, cash-based supply chain agriculture completely collapsed. Now, what is may I ask, what is the proof of the pudding? Lies in the eating. What happened to GDP? Yes, 2.5 lakh crores was extinguished. Economy was growing as 8.1% before demonetization. Falls to 7.1, then falls to 6.7. This involves extinguishing forever 2.5 lakh crores to the nation's wealth in terms of value added. Now you go next to the industry. What happened to industry? You may not be aware, your viewers may not be aware, industrial growth declined by 20% from 6.78 to 5.54. What happens to manufacturing? Declines by 27.34% due to demonetization. And then you come to agriculture. You'll be surprised to know agricultural growth declined by half, by 50%, from 6.29% growth in 16-17 post demonetization. It comes down to 3.37%.
Yes.
These are indications that demonetization followed by an absolutely unprepared GST has deeply hurt the Indian economy, and no change in narrative is going to be of any help, because everybody can see through this that there is something very, very uncomfortable happening, which is costing the people of India. Today, according to Reserve Bank's annual report, absolutely clear.
No, you know, the numbers bear out the truth in terms of the slowdown that the economy witnessed on account of demonetization and GST. But the numbers also now start to bear out the fact that we are on the path of recovery and perhaps closer to a 7.5% kind of growth rate. But Dr. Mitra, you know, let me ask you this now, sir. You know, the fact of the matter is that the government says, you know, you're misreading the narrative, that you're being myopic when you see demonetization and its impact only as the banknotes being returned. Look at the growth as far as the digital economy is concerned. Digital transactions at record highs. So we are eventually moving towards a less cash society. That may not be the case currently, where cash continues to be king. Direct tax filers have gone up significantly, which will enhance India's tax base. That is another claim being made by the government. They're saying, give us 3 to 5 years for the full impact of this exercise to be made clear.
Well, I think people will judge about the 5 years, because the election is round the corner in 2019. And we think the people will speak with great clarity. You're talking about digitization increasing. First of all, please understand, digitization was moving forward on its own momentum much before the demonetization started.
Yeah.
And if you look at for example, you take a regression analysis, put the dots and see the rate of growth, you will see that there has been a steady increase in digitization. But I must point out to you, the poor, the informal sector and small industries are still not a part of the digitization. I'll give you a physical example. Person who works with us, he goes to the bank and the bank says, no, your account is frozen because you have to bring a tax card. You have to bring that card which shows that you pay taxes. Now, can he do that? Another woman comes and says to us, look, my account is choked because they are saying I have to now communicate by email. So we must understand, we must rise to the 35,000 feet and look down. And you will see the common people completely not only left out, but being emasculated by a hurried process where they have not been carried. It's not digital divide. It's a divide between the poor, the rural, the small entrepreneurs who are being left out. And please understand, the cash economy of India, as one of your important statements, interview before me suggested, is significant. It will take its own development time. Please understand, Germany has 53% of cash economy. United States has significant, after 200 years of capitalism and digitization, which has been total in those countries. So the point is, by changing the narrative, you cannot escape the culpability that you said to the public through your Advocate General that 3 to 4 lakh crores will be caught as black money. What has happened? You have to explain to the public. And 2009, I think people will listen. What happened to Swiss bank accounts? You say in the election campaign that everybody will get 15 lakhs of rupees in the bank account. Great! And then later when people challenge you, you say it's Jumla. What is a Jumla? I'd never heard of that word before.
Yeah.
Some kind of a joke. So the question is, today RBI's report very clearly shows that Jumlas after Jumlas after Jumlas.
Okay, the Jumla economics is at play is your contention. But let me ask you this, sir, because I spoke with your party colleague Dinesh Trivedi, who is a member of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Finance, and his objection to the fact that the report on demonetization is not being finalized. In fact, the committee's tenure ends on the 31st of August, and he said that the nation has the right to know. RBI Governor, Finance Ministry officials, other government officials have deposed to the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Finance, and yet we do not have the report being finalized. Is this going to be something that the TMC will now continue to take forward politically in the next session of Parliament as well?
Absolutely. You see, in parliamentary committees, as you know, there are people from every political party, particularly the ruling party as well. The people would like to know why the committee report has not been finalized. What obstructions may have been placed by certain individuals for their own ideological reasons or their own political reasons. All this has to come out in the public. 31st of August is not far away. I can guarantee you, if it was an objective report, which I expect it to be, you will find it will echo what Reserve Bank of India has said today and what Mamata Banerjee said within half an hour of demonetization. Vindication of everything that we have said. Since you asked about TMC, let me tell you, it's a vindication of TMC's position articulated by the Chief Minister, President of the party. Today people are saying, yes, we understand. When everything has come back, some people have converted their black money successfully into white. Is this something that the government knew will happen? Excuse me, which is the bank in which the largest amount of black money was put in Cooperative Bank? Do you recall? 3,111 crores were put into a Gujarat cooperative bank, in which till 2000 the chairman was the current president of BJP, who continued to remain in the board of directors. But these are questions that one has to look into. Who was going to benefit out of this? I'm not sure. I think history is going to judge the ruling party on these grounds.
History will judge the ruling party on demonetization, which the BJP says has been a success. The Trinamool and the Congress claim it is an exercise in futility. Mamata Banerjee calling it a flop show, the opposition demanding the Prime Minister's apology. Dr. Mitra, always a pleasure. Appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV 18. Time for a break, but don't go anywhere.
May I say that the culpability...
R. Gandhi, who was at...
May I say, Shireen...
Go ahead, sir.
Shireen, may I say the culpability question must also be answered. Culpability question must also be answered. Why mislead the public by saying 3 to 4 lakh crores will come back? And today's report is a news peg. It hasn't. Government has to come out and tell the truth to the public and say, we are sorry, this is something that we didn't do. And many governments in these situations elsewhere in the developed world would have resigned on this basis. That we said 3 to 4 lakhs, it didn't happen, we are culpable. I think the culpability can't be avoided either, Shireen.
All right.
May I submit that humbly?
Culpability cannot be avoided. Dr. Mitra, thank you very much for joining us here. Appreciate your time.